So today I have an amazing tofu fried rice recipe for you all. It takes just a couple of ingredients. You can use your leftover rice for it, and it is just so good. And because we are using tofu today, I opted to not use tofu scramble to mimic the scrambled egg inside the rice. So I use something called ACKEE, which if you guys don't know, is actually like a Caribbean fruit, and it looks almost exactly like scrambled eggs. It is very good, but it doesn't taste like eggs, although we are going to make it that way. But ACKEE has this really creamy flavor that pairs just so well with this rice, and it's just so good. So before we get to the recipe though, I did want to say today is April 16th. Blurb is doing a flash sale on their site, so 25% off of the vegan dim sum cookbook if you guys haven't gotten it yet, and I'll put the link down below. I'd say they do it a couple times a year. You really have to look out for it because usually the sales are off of making your own book and not necessarily for buying books on the site. So that only happens a few times during the year. So there's a code for it. It's only until April 18th. So it's about two days or so. So I want to tell you guys about it. If you guys haven't gotten it yet, 25% off. I will put the code and the link down below. And yeah, I hope you guys all enjoy the recipe. So I start this recipe off with marinated tofu or tempeh. This one's marinated with a little soy sauce, garlic powder, onion powder, and 5 spice. And I'm just gonna set it aside for about 15 minutes and then start with the rest of my rice. So typical fried rice recipe is fast and hot. So I have my pan over about medium-high heat. I've put in my onions and just fried them up for about a minute. Then I'm adding in 3 cloves of garlic that I've sliced, followed with the tempeh or the tofu that I've just marinated. And you want this nice base of flavor because it's going to flavor the rest of your rice. So the tempeh and the tofu, that's cooked already. You don't even have to worry about it. We're just kind of stirring it together to get everything warmed up. I have a cup of bok choy that I've chopped, as well as a cup of bean sprouts. So it really depends on how much you like each vegetable. But just stick them in there, kind of whatever vegetable that you have. If you want to use like mustard greens, you can also use that. And cook it for, again, about a minute until it starts to wilt down before adding my basmati rice. So a note on the rice is everybody knows great fried rice is supposed to be like dry and light. And that's why I've chosen basmati rice, because it is long grain, it's not as like soft, and it won't make it as cloying. And it does help if you make the rice ahead of time or a day before. But if you haven't, maybe just use a little less water in cooking the rice, and then you'll get kind of like a drier texture. So I've added in the rice, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, and then I finish it off with the ACKEE because everything is cooked. You're just mixing everything together. And then at the end, I put in a nice pinch of white pepper, and that just, oh my gosh, that brings this dish together. So a little bit more salt to taste if you want, and yeah, the dish is good to go. You can see how light that rice is, and you have chunks of creamy ACKEE and also the tofu or the tempeh with the 5 spice. It's really, really good. Anyways, I hope you all have enjoyed this recipe. I've made it like 2 times since I've filmed this, so it's just really, really good. And then just a reminder about Blurb and the cookbook if you are interested, 25% off for the next 2 days. So, yep, as usual, if you want to see more recipes like this, remember to hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you guys all again real soon. Bye!